Update. Am I the a-hole for considering breaking up with my girlfriend for what her grandparents said? Original post. I know this sounds weird, but hear me out. I, 22 male, and my girlfriend, 22 female, have been together for almost 2 years now. We met during Freshers Week at university and found out we were studying the same course. Our relationship has been running smoothly, and we rarely argue. The one problem we have is to do with her boy best friend, who we'll call Alex, 23 male. Alex has been around longer than I have. He has known my girlfriend for around 4 years now, and they attended high school together. I initially had no problem with Alex until he started making fun of my appearance and accent. For context, I'm not a bad-looking guy. I'm 5'10", have a decent build. I've been working out for just over half a year now, and I have good facial features. Alex has pointed out small things like the shape of my eyebrows, the way my hair gets messy, I have longer hair that can regularly get tangled up, and my accent. I'm Slavic and English is not my first language. For the most part, my girlfriend has defended me and called Alex out on his BS. But sometimes she'll laugh at the things he says, particularly when he makes fun of my accent. This bothers me a lot, as I struggled with my English for a few months before passing my IELTS and struggled to fit in when I moved here. I've brought this up to her, and she apologizes but continues to do so. Now on to the issue. My girlfriend and I recently went to visit her grandparents for the weekend. They are a pretty big part of her life. She was raised by them as well as her parents, and this was my first time meeting them. Her grandmother opened the door, greeted me with a hug, and proceeded to say, "Alex, we've heard all about you." I instantly assumed it was a mistake. Her grandmother is old, so maybe it was a memory thing, and I corrected her and told her my name. She frowned and shook her head, sure that it couldn't be correct. Dinner was a bit awkward, as both her grandparents kept referring to me as Alex. My girlfriend kept correcting them, and they looked confused. After dinner, I politely asked my girlfriend why they continued to mix me up with Alex. She blew up on me, telling me they're old and struggle with memory loss. I apologized, explaining I didn't mean to insult anybody. I just wanted to know why they continued to refer to me as Alex, even after correction. We left it at that and spent the night watching movies her grandparents enjoyed. I was setting up the bed in the spare room for me and my girlfriend when I overheard her and her grandmother talking. My girlfriend was speaking in a hushed tone about Alex. Her grandmother kept asking why she hadn't brought Alex along like she said she would. I couldn't hear my girlfriend very well, but she told her grandmother something came up, so she had to bring me instead. I was surprised, as we had this trip planned for a couple of weeks beforehand. I heard her grandmother asking how Alex was doing and when they'd get to see him again. I'm really confused. I asked my girlfriend about it in bed, and she insisted that her grandmother just struggled with memory loss and didn't know what she was saying. I asked if she had planned to bring Alex to her grandparents, and if so, I would have had no problem with it if she had simply let me know. She blew up on me again, insisting I didn't understand her relationship with Alex. She called me a few petty names and told me to sleep on the pull-out couch. I reluctantly agreed and lay awake all night thinking about the conversation. Since then, my girlfriend has been more irritable, and nothing I say makes her want to talk to me. She's been calling Alex regularly and refusing to tell me why she's so upset. This deeply confuses me, as I didn't come across as insulting in any way. I've considered breaking up with her a couple of times, as this behavior is completely out of the blue, and her refusal to communicate properly is worrying me. Any advice? Would I be the a-hole if I broke up with her? Now for the top comments before reading the updates. Not the a-hole. Stop apologizing and backing off whenever your girlfriend lies to your face and throws a tantrum to deflect from her obvious emotional cheating, at the very least. Thank you for your reply. She's never really blown up on me before this instance, so I was shocked and didn't really know how to react. I didn't want to create a scene at her grandparents' house. I realize I could have continued to question her instead of backing off, though. Are you prepared to dump her and accept that she may never admit the truth and continue vilifying you? I didn't think of it like that, to be honest. If I break up with her over this, it might backfire, and she could make me look like the bad guy. I don't want that to happen, as a lot of my friends are through her. Maybe I should talk this out with her first? Yeah, definitely talk about it with her first. But do approach that conversation confident in what you know based on info you've heard or observed firsthand, so she can't gaslight you anymore. And honestly, even if, and that's a big if, considering she's manipulated and deflected often, she admits she's in the wrong, you already have a long history of evidence showing exactly how much her word is worth. From all those times she's continued laughing when Alex belittles you despite promising to stop. That in itself is breakup worthy, by the way. I guess I sort of brushed it off for a while, as most of the time my girlfriend defended me. But the little things are starting to add up, and this situation is definitely sketchy. Now that I think about it, a lot of the times she promised to stop and it happened again. She didn't really think she was in the wrong. She told me she laughs at everything and that it's just a reflex for her, and she wasn't actually making fun of me by laughing at what Alex said. I think a bigger conversation needs to be had. Edit. Thank you for the replies and for helping me realize that this was never just about what her grandparents said. My girlfriend's behavior is unacceptable, and I'll be having a talk with her tomorrow, which will ultimately end in splitting up with her. I'll post a short update tomorrow for anyone who's interested. Now for the first update. Hi, I am writing this in my car, and what just happened completely baffled me. For context, about a day ago, I wrote a post explaining that I had gone to meet my girlfriend's grandparents, and they kept calling me Alex, her boy best friend's name. Upon asking my girlfriend about it, she got defensive and has refused to speak to me since. My girlfriend got off work early and messaged me, asking me to come pick her up. This is the first time she has messaged me first in days. I agreed and drove to go pick her up. I waited in the customer section. She works in a bakery, and I noticed some of her co-workers giving me dirty looks. I brushed it off. When she got out, she was quiet. She got in my car with a huff and then asked if I could drive her to Alex's place, as he and some other friends were having a small gathering there. I admit this annoyed me. I told her flat out that we needed to talk and asked if she wanted to go to my place to do so. She told me anything I had to say, I could say it now. So that's what I did. I told her that her behavior over the past few days had been unacceptable. Her refusal to talk to me, how she blew up at me for just asking simple questions. This is where the conversation got weird. She told me that her grandparents had been wanting to meet Alex, and that's why they got confused. Much different from her memory loss excuse in my earlier post. I asked her why she didn't just tell me that. She told me I wouldn't understand because I don't understand her relationship with Alex. I told her that yes, I do not understand her relationship with Alex, how she lets him insult me and how she keeps defending him. She told me that people over here make fun of each other, and I wouldn't understand because my culture is different. What? I told her that regardless of my culture, I wouldn't tolerate the disrespect from her friend, and the lying has led me to believe she is no longer trustworthy. I told her I have given her zero reason to lie to me. She started crying and promising me that nothing was going on between her and Alex. I was stunned, as this isn't what I was implying at all. I asked her why she had said that, and she broke down and admitted that Alex had been pressuring her to leave me for months, saying she deserved better than someone like me. At this point, I was done. I don't need this kind of drama. I told her to get out of my car and that we are done. She was crying and begged me not to leave her, promised she'd cut Alex out of her life, promised that their relationship was nothing but friendship. I said I didn't care and wanted no part in this anymore. Strangely, I didn't really feel sad ending the relationship. I actually feel pretty numb. Her attitude suddenly shifted. She hit my arm and told me I just didn't understand and that Alex was right. She should have left me sooner, etc. I just told her to get out of the car. She was still crying, and she slammed the door pretty hard and stormed off. Now she's texting me, apologizing and promising we can work this out. I've had a couple of texts from mutual friends asking what happened, as my girlfriend sent the messages calling me controlling and toxic. Why would she want to get back together with me if she's telling our friends that? I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and am now writing this update. I don't feel sad right now, but maybe that's because I'm in shock. I wrote this update for the people who gave me the courage to leave this relationship. Thank you for all your advice. She just showed you who she is and what her choice is. You should believe her. Run. Do not let her back into your life. Don't worry, I will definitely not let her back into my life. She is not worth my time, which she has made clear. Share her text messages with your mutuals. Let them know she wants to get back with you and you do not understand why since you are so toxic and controlling. And stay away from her. She has too many red flags. Thank you. I will be staying away from her. And as for my friends, I plan to show them this post and my girlfriend's texts once I am in a better headspace. I don't care what she tells her family or Alex about me, but I won't let her try to manipulate my friends. You made the right move, because Alex isn't going anywhere and she doesn't want him to. She cares more about him than she cares about you. Let them have each other. Absolutely, I agree. I don't care what she tells Alex or what happens with their relationship. Glad I'm out now. You did the right thing in ending it. Explain what happened to your friends. Block her and move on with your life. Thank you. This is exactly what I will do. Last update. I told our mutual friends the story and shared the post with them. They said they always found her relationship with Alex weird LOL. I also shared with them the texts my ex-girlfriend was sending me. They were immediately pissed that she was trying to play them for fools. None of our mutual friends have taken my ex-girlfriend's side yet. All of them have apologized to me for the unnecessary drama she was causing and said they were going to keep their distance. A couple of our friends, we are a big group, who did not reach out, have blocked me on socials. Guess the trash took itself out. For now, I am feeling good. I have been hanging out with my cats and ordered takeout food. My roommate gets back from his parents' house tomorrow, so I will update him on the situation when I can and ask him to be there when my ex-girlfriend collects her stuff. As for my ex-girlfriend, I sent her a text message telling her to only contact me when she's going to collect her things. I muted her texts and calls and will only check again when she's due to come and get her things. Once that's over, I will block her. I'm feeling pretty good about my decision now. Thank you for all the comments. I will respond to as many as I can. I may have another small update on the weekend, as my ex-girlfriend and I are attending the same house party for Halloween. For now, take care, and thank you to everyone who has commented and or messaged me. Last story. Am I the a-hole for not caring that my ex-best friend is dying? I recently found out that my ex-best friend, who I had been best friends with since we were babies until 4 years ago, has been diagnosed with terminal cancer and has a few months left to live. And I don't care. 4 years ago, I was engaged to a girl who I thought was the love of my life. He was supposed to be my best man. I found out that they had been having an affair for 2 years behind my back and were planning on her marrying me, and a year later she was supposed to file for divorce and ruin me financially so they could get my house and money and be together. I confronted him about it, and he said the divorce plan was my fiancé's idea and that he just couldn't help himself from falling in love with her. He tried apologizing, but I punched him and cut them both out of my life. He tried reconnecting with me multiple times and tried apologizing, but every time I told him to go burn in hell. I hated him. They ended up getting married anyway. Last month, his mom came and visited me. I hadn't seen her in years, but she always loved me and treated me like a son, so I was nice to her and invited her in. She said that she understands why I don't talk to her son anymore and swore on everything that what he did was despicable and that she never approved of their relationship or marriage. But she told me that he was recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. They never caught it before, and there's no point in fighting it. It's done. He's going to die in less than a year. She said he begged to talk to me and apologize for everything before he dies. She said I don't have to do anything, but she begged me to think about it, and she left after that. And I have thought about it, and honestly, I do not care. It's not really about my ex. I don't care about her anymore. I'm now happily married to a much sweeter, more genuine woman. It's about how he lied to my face for over 2 years, and how fine he was with ruining my life. If I hadn't discovered it before, they would have gone after everything I had, and they'd probably be living in my house together right now. He burned that relationship forever all by himself. I don't actively hate him anymore like I did back then. I just don't care about him at all. He's a stranger to me now. When he dies, it won't be any different from finding out a stranger died, and I don't feel bad for him at all. Am I the a-hole for this? Your ex-fiancé and ex-friend were both dumb as rocks. Exactly how was she going to get your savings and your house, both of which you'd acquired before the marriage, after 1 year of marriage? I honestly don't know what they were thinking. I think you probably mourned him and your friendship 4 years ago. No need to do it again. Yes, I did. It was very hard, but he's been dead to me for years now. I know it's not the same, but my biological father died years ago. Heart issues. My older sister called me to ask if I wanted to talk to him before he was transferred to a hospice facility. I told her I'll wait until he was transferred. No one ever contacted me, so he died. I couldn't care less. He was not a good person or a good man. He cheated on my mother for years. I do not feel guilty or bad. You have nothing to feel bad about or guilty or anything. You are not the a-hole. He and your ex made their bed. Karma came hard for them. You dodged a huge bullet. I wish you well. Not the a-hole. This may sound harsh, but you do not owe anyone a conversation or forgiveness. While it's unfortunate that he's dying, ultimately it does not matter in this situation. All you need to decide is whether or not you think you will regret not speaking to him after he's gone. If you don't think you will regret it, then don't feel bad about not doing it. I cut my father off when I was 13. I found out last year when I was 35 that he was in ICU. I didn't want to see him, so I didn't. And I don't regret it. No, I won't. I already grieved him years ago. I will say the forgiveness is more for you anyways, but it sounds like you released the anger years ago. Yes, I'm not angry anymore. And if it wasn't for me finding this out, I would never even be thinking about him.